Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto, and also even the financial world. So today we've seen a ton of updates, and now we are starting to see the most hated rally in crypto beginning. I think that as we look at the market, I have been posting my thoughts, my ideas around, what's really happening. One, I will address a few things. All right, USDC fully repegged to a dollar. The market going absolutely insane. We will address that. Bitcoin up 14%. XRP only up about 4%. Nothing too crazy there. I will address that as well. On the 24-hour span. So yesterday I did talk to you guys a little bit about my a couple picks of mine, SNX, Filecoin, as well as the graph. These are all up 20+%. Incredible to see. Love it. A few of my other picks are up, but for the most part, this market is bouncing back in a strong way. And as we do look at a few things, I will say I will start this video off with a little bit of a bearish realization. One, the world of finance. So it looks like banks started to see a massive drop today. Western Alliance Bancorp down 84%, First Republic Bank down 74%, PacWest Bancorp down 57%, and Charles Schwab down 20%. This is the new economy. And if you go over to TradingView, you can actually see this under the finance sector. Look at the largest drop. Western Alliance Bancorp down 82%. This is insane. All right, this is a market cap of $5.4 billion. First Republic Bank, 14 point almost $5 billion, down 73%. And these are not the only banks. Look at all of the other ones. I mean, they are down 50+%, some of them. This is insane. This truly is insane. And most of the other banks, by the way, you could see some of them down here as well. Signature Bank, the one that we talked about a little bit yesterday, down about 23%. And there's so many other ones. This is crazy to see. All at the same time, guess what we are seeing? Crypto pumping. I've also looked at the dollar, so let's actually go real quick look at the dollar. So I was addressing the dollar a little bit last week. I was expecting something like this, and it looks like it is playing out. So I was addressing local resistance. It looks like we kind of started to scam wick above this, and it was met with a massive sell-off. So here's the dollar, and this is what I'm expecting. So either we get a move down like this, where we hit this bottom fib level. This is where most of the support is, and we get a bounce to local resistance, and then we just reject off of that. Or in the scenario where we get a rejection fully off of support, and we just continue down, and we come back up to retest this support zone that we now flipped into resistance and continue to reject off. Either scenario here is bearish for the dollar, which is bullish for what? Crypto. So this is going to continue to add fuel to the fire to burn this major push to the upside. Now, I will say this. I have been continuously watching the banks, right? The banks are starting to kind of trickle in. And we recently just seen their stocks get halted over volatility. This is basically Wall Street protecting the banking sector, if you will. Volatility is extremely high within the banking scene, but I also just recently said, get your money out of these banks. These banks are not safe. They are not your best friend at all. They are here to screw you. Why do you think banks want to lend at the worst times in terms of like mortgages, loans, etc., but don't want to lend when it's the best time? It's a big problem, right? That's why cash is king during like 2008 like recessions. But I am definitely looking at the dollar because there is two likely scenarios here, and I'm not looking at a scenario where we start to go, massively parabolic. I don't think that that is going to be a scenario at all. But I would, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But in my opinion, this is what I'm looking at, and I'm watching this closely. This rally here was more of a relief rally on the US dollar, and we should be expecting something like this where we do continue this collapse down. But that's what we've been preparing for. And I even said over on Twitter as well. I said earlier today, I was quoting my tweet from yesterday. I said I'm primarily focused on Monday's price action. Next week is going to be a very interesting time to see how the financial world reacts to SVB. We will also see just how bad the contagion effect is. For now, we watched the weekly candle close, which doesn't look too bad for now. And I said today, I can't help but feel like we are witnessing March 2020 playing out. Again, Bitcoin sub 15K calls as the USDC slash SVB news broke. Everyone expecting the worst. Today, now Bitcoin is trading at 23.5K plus, making up all the ground lost. This rally is pissing a lot of bears off right now. Key focus is on what the Fed does next. Even a 25 BPS hike will nuke this market. If they pause rates, which is primarily why we are pumping, then we go on a massive rally. And yes, this is exactly what we are watching for because, again, any sort of major hike, 25 BPS, which is the lowest one that everyone has been calling for, that will nuke this market because this market is pushed up. From my video from yesterday, I talked about this. It's reliant on what the Fed does next. Everyone is expecting the Fed to pause rate hikes. And we even do see over here, Fed swaps now show that the most likely scenario is no more interest rate hikes. Again, I'm not trusting this fully. I think that we should, prepare for either scenario because, if the Fed doesn't pause these hikes, it is going to be very interesting to see how the market reacts because, in my opinion, it will be a nuke in the market. It will be. But right now, we are starting to see a little bit of a relief rally. Is it going to turn into a major one? We have to wait and see. But we just seen HSBC acquire Silicon Valley Bank for £1. £1. Now, this is Silicon Valley Bank UK, not US, just so that you guys know. But for £1, they bought it. But the problem with this isn't the fact that Silicon Valley Bank got bought. It's the fact that we are now seeing the FDIC saying that Silicon Valley Bank shareholders and certain unsecured debt holders won't be protected. What did I just say yesterday? I talked to you guys about 97% of SVB's $175.4 billion in total deposits at the time of its collapse were larger than the $250,000 threshold. That means that the FDIC will not cover 97% of the depositors. So we have to watch, wait, and see on the aftershock with this. But I will say this. I'm very excited to see this market moving the way it has. One, crypto has shown that it's resistant against some of these events, but ultimately, I think that a lot of people are kind of confusing on why we are pushing up like this in the market, why we are breaking up and pretty much reclaiming everything that has been lost in terms of price action. It's all because everyone is expecting the Fed to slow down on rate hikes or AKA just pause them in general. But if we see anything besides rate hikes paused, this market's going to change very fast, and we need to be prepared for that. So I've been looking at XRP as well. And like I said, if we are in that March of 2020 timeframe, which if we go back to my Twitter account, I was talking about this for quite some time. Going back to when we first seen the news break, I was addressing it. I don't know where the tweet is, but I know that I was talking about it. So yeah, here it was. So I was saying, I'm so sorry for putting that bad energy out there. Nonetheless, we have been preparing accordingly for March Madness. And this was my tweet back in January when we started to go parabolic in the market from 15K all the way up to 25K. And I said, I'm just going to say it. Don't hate me. This market feels like January 2020. And nobody was really expecting a major event crash in March. But we were preparing for anything to happen because, again, like March is usually bearish for the market. But now, as we do look at things, we go back to March. Look at March of 2020 and look at what ended up happening in terms of the expansion that XRP had. In 1 year, by the way, March of 2020 to essentially April of 2021, it was up 1,800%. Even half of this percentage run on XRP would take us to a new all-time high, which I know that anyone out there holding XRP is not going to complain about this. This would be about $3.85. But hey, anything is possible. I know that a lot of people want to, hit $10 on XRP, which hey, it could happen. We have a ton of catalysts tied to XRP. Anything is possible. Me personally, I'm just looking forward to seeing any sort of price action on XRP because right now we've just been in this consolidation mode, which this is on the weekly, by the way. So if we go to the daily, you can see what I mean about this. Like this price action has been a very grueling process. It hasn't really done much compared to what most of the market is doing. Like I showed you guys earlier today in this video, most of these altcoins are up like 20 plus figures. So if we look at XRP, like this is not doing much. I mean, even a 20, even a 40%, right? Like most of the market's doing, a 40% run up would take it to 53 cents. XRP has just been lagging behind. And I always say when you look at price action and it's doing this, just sideways momentum, the breakout will be very large. It's very large expansion off of consolidation. So we're definitely looking at that. We're watching it closely. But right now, I think all focus is on Bitcoin. This is my chart from earlier this month. This is when we were trading at, I think, like around 24K, 23.5K or something like that. We were looking at a break on Bitcoin. So we were looking at a break on Bitcoin down below 22.7K. And once we got this, I was looking at the next level that we need to break down below, and that was 21.8K. And once we lost that, I knew that we were going to see this level down here at around 19.5K to about 20.6K. The reason why I was looking at this is because if we look back here, this is where most of the support demand was. And also I was looking at the support that we were at January 16th as well as the 17th. So this is what I was looking forward to seeing. And like I said, we got it perfectly. We tested that demand zone. By the way, this price action is extremely healthy. Higher lows. What we need to see now is higher highs. I'm looking forward to seeing this 28K to 30K zone being tested. This is where demand is, especially going back to the summer lows of 2021 and also even the yearly levels that we've seen back in 2021 as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this. I do also have a scenario where we possibly go to this 90.2K to about 101.5K. I don't know if we see those highs, but I would love to see them. I know that a lot of people will also love to see them. This would be the 1.414 as well as the 1.618 level. I don't know if we're going to see that, but hey, I know everyone else would love to see that. And by the way, the reason why most of these altcoins are not going crazy right now, like for example, if we go to the top 10, right? Some of these are not doing 20 plus figures. Even if we look down here at Algo, so let's look at XLM. XLM up about 5%. HBAR up about like 9%, not much. QNT up about 7.5, Algo up about almost 10%, which is a nice little gain there. Most of these altcoins are not doing a crazy move, and it's because a lot of the volume is actually going into Bitcoin. So I'm not saying that we're in alt season, but I will say you could follow this on almost any sort of rally that does happen in this market. Usually the money flows into Bitcoin first, then it flows into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum we do see large caps, and then most of the market does go with it as well. Right now we are starting to see money flowing. I'm not too sure right now what we will see next on the money flow. Most likely we'll see Ethereum kind of continue to push up, but these two are pushing up at the same time technically right now, but we are seeing dominance increase on Bitcoin, which is telling me that a lot more money is flowing into Bitcoin right now than large cap altcoins. But we will see, in my opinion, a lot of that money flow back into the market, and we will see moves up on some of these assets like XRP. In my opinion, as we do look at XRP, I am waiting for a big break here. In fact, I'm actually waiting for a big break above the 200 daily EMA because this would be a significant push up, but there is resistance here that we need to break at 43 cents. Once we do get above that, then hey, then we expand. And the big level here is just this price action at around 53 cents. I would love to see a clear of like 56 cents and us continue higher because that would be a big moment in this market. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.